Hello, me scrubs. Today we're gonna be doing a rant on this terrible channel, aka the equivalent of BuzzFeed. So if you don't know who Inside Edition is, they're one of those news networks that are basically BuzzFeed and that are offended by everything and make parents think that violent video games will fuck you in the brain. So today we're gonna be looking at that, and we're going to be making a rant on Inside Edition. As you know, Inside Edition is basically a how can I say it? A CNN bootleg. And Inside Edition has been around for quite a while now, but they really haven't got noticed until the year 2016, I suppose, because I don't remember hearing crap about Inside Edition in 2015. Either I didn't keep up with the news, or either I just was too busy being a third grader. So anyway, let's get right into this video. So Inside Edition, their join date is October 8th, 2012, and they seem to have their own website, Twitter, Facebook, Instacringe, you name it. And they have related channels such as BuzzFeed and Daily Dose Internet. I watch Daily Dose. He has a pretty good channel, but BuzzFeed is pretty terrible. And all these are their sister channels where the shows they host, such as Dr. Phil, but we're not going to be talking about that. Inside Edition is basically a higher budget version of BuzzFeed. Not to mention, there's a lot of similarities with their logo, because they're both white, black, and red. Don't you see a difference here? Yes, they may be, all you BuzzFeed and Inside Edition fanboys are going to be like, just because they have the three same colors doesn't mean they're both copying each other. But the thing is, Inside Edition is just like BuzzFeed. They have terrible reporters, they have a room full of feminists, and they emphasize, and they do not like men, nor anybody that's white. Inside Edition explain this. And Inside Edition, they have very fake news, and the fake news is that all of this that you see right here, because this is what I do not like about Inside Edition. They are making views off of fake news, and it's just like every single other news channel, such as Fox 10, CNN, you name it. They all are fake news, and that's what Inside Edition is. And most of the time, the people that are on the news are basically attention whores. So just say, like, you have some person that claimed they got scammed on Amazon, but in reality, they do not know how to handle money, their own money, and their own finances. So basically, the people that complain to Inside Edition or any of these other news networks are just a huge freaking attention whores, because you see attention whores like these on every single channel that's a news channel, like Inside Edition for such, and CNN, BuzzFeed, Fox 10, you name it. They all have it. Good Morning America. They all have attention whores, or people that are desperate just for at least 2 days for fame, and then be forgotten about the next day. And that's what you call an attention whore. And the thing is, all these that you see right here are clickbait. This may seem heartwarming to you, and it may be, but in reality, they just really want to get those views. So today we're gonna be watching one video on BuzzFeed, aka Inside Edition, and let's get this spread. And this is this one. A previous YouTuber has made a video on this, so I'm gonna give my own opinion on it. Let's do this, boys. Let's get this bread.
How would you like to sit next to this?
I mean, I wouldn't mind, but I mean, it's kind of rude. But you never know what these people are going through right now.
Commuter, or this lady shaving her legs.
Those are certain people, though. not on train stations are bad. Like, this is terrible already. We're already 7 seconds into the video. 7 seconds, dude.
Or this woman using a train as her personal gym. Passengers are getting fed
Yeah, I've seen people actually do that before, but doesn't mean trains are necessarily bad.
up with such rude behavior.
Sign says no eating and drinking.
Okay, so they're calling a person rude for obeying by the rules. So this guy right here is saying the sign says no eating and drinking. What my opinion is that he's trying to look out for the guy, because it says no eating nor drinking, so the guy shouldn't be doing that. So they're basically defending rude behavior.
You don't get it? You don't get it. You must be stupid.
I rode the Long Island Railroad in New York to see firsthand how rude passengers can get. So what gets under control?
Looks like the terrible Russian version of Eminem.
Commuters' nerves?
People who kick the back of the chair.
There's all kinds of people like that on train stations. That's what you will experience, but if you don't want to experience this, you could either just walk, and now you're gonna be like, but me, my job's about 50 miles away, I can't do that. And I understand, but no matter what you do, you're eventually just gonna find this one person that gets it on your nerves, that's freaking messed up in the brain, but all you have to do is ignore them, not go to a stupid news station and claim to make a freaking video on it. And no, okay?
That's my worst one.
People putting their feet up, people leaving trash.
This is gross.
Okay, so basically, literally, what do you expect from a train? Like, it's a city. It's New York. You're gonna find all kinds of stuff like this. It's a huge city. That's why they call it the city that never sleeps. Because there's all kinds of disgusting, crazy crap, and this is the kind of stuff you'll expect on a train. Like, it's not some fancy stuff, where people treat everything good. If you do not like this experience, why even take a train? I know you might not have any choice, but really, why?
Gross. We saw plenty of trash thrown about, beer cans, food wrappers, and even a banana.
Someone's gonna slip on that.
Somebody could slip on that stage.
I know, somebody could slip on that, but yes. I don't know anymore. This is terrible.
Classic, yeah.
There were lots of seat hogs, like this guy, using 3 seats as a bed. And on this
Okay, I don't get it. So now they're gonna be like, there's all kinds of seat hogs. As you can see, this guy, who's most likely homeless, is using this seat as a bed. Probably had a hard day, but we'll just record him on camera without his permission, because that's totally legal. That's kind of like slandering Inside Edition, because I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to record people without permission, because that's kind of like slandering. So Inside Edition, you got some explaining to do to the courts.
packed standing room only train. Hi there. How are you? This guy had the nerve to put his
This guy's just minding his own business, right? Next thing you know, this one lady is like, oh my gosh, you're sitting down. How rude of you.
luggage on the seat opposite him.
This is a completely packed train, and you're hogging a seat with a pizza, which you could certainly share. And
Okay, we need to stop right there, okay? When she says, you are hogging a seat with a pizza that you can most likely share. So she's saying you can share this pizza with the passengers. And I'm like, you don't know if this guy has a job. I mean, you don't know if he's bringing this home to his family, if he's homeless and hungry, if he hasn't eaten in weeks. You don't know that. And plus, he probably worked hard for that money, and you're just going to tell him to share it with all these random people he doesn't even know. I mean, sharing is caring. It's good to do all of that, but, I mean, no, okay? I mean, he probably worked hard for this pizza. I just feel like Inside Edition is just a full of a room of feminazis that think everything is offensive.
A piece of luggage. Why would you do that?
It's because there doesn't seem to be anybody occupying that seat, so I thought it might be a good idea to put it on that seat instead of hogging the space with this lady that's right next to me.
I just put it there when I got here. Nobody asked me.
So she's about to say, like, what if somebody asked you to sit there? He's saying he most likely will move it for the person trying to sit there. This is terrible.
Me to move it, so I did.
Why should somebody have to ask you to move a piece of luggage?
Because they need to ask. You don't know what this guy went through today. He could have had a very hard day, and you're probably just making it worse. Kind of look like Mariah Carey, but the middle-aged mom that stays home all day and makes cookies for the whole neighborhood, and probably is the Girl Scout leader that gets drunk off of red wine. You kind of remind me of that.
Luggage when this place is completely packed. There's room up above.
Because, I mean, yes, it's packed, but what do you expect from New York, lady?
Why don't you put your bag up here? See all these people that put their bags up above? That's so that
I feel like this lady, she's literally belittling this poor guy for people's amusement, and she's making money off of it, and she's belittling this guy in front of all these people, and she's talking to him like he's in a first grade classroom. Like, let me give an example on how she's talking to this guy. Alright, Timmy, you see your bag right there? Why don't you move it right by your seat so everybody can get through? You see everybody how they put their backpacks on their chair? Yeah, you should do the same. Like, I don't know, but she's talking to this guy like he's an elementary school kid. And when clearly he's a fully fledged grown man, and this lady is not his teacher nor his mother, but yet she's belittling him in front of all these people. This must be a very embarrassing experience for him, because next thing you know, a bunch of feminists are going to walk up to him and say, "You're very rude for hogging a seat on a train."
somebody else can sit in a seat.
Okay.
Why don't you do
Oh my gosh, this lady is so... Oh no, man.
that?
Sure thing.
I'd be happy to help you right now. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all these people are selfish, and look at this freaking guy clapping. I don't get it. All these people are very selfish, and this lady acts like she's still 15 and pulls out her phone. Like, this is terrible, you know, because they're belittling this guy. This reporter is getting away with basically bullying somebody in public, and everybody just claps for her. It kind of reminds me of the public school system.
The seat doesn't pay for it.
Ma'am, would you like to sit down? Who would like to sit down?
I would love
Come on.
to. Thank you very much.
Of course.
I like to sit down because I'm a feminist, and I believe that men are all evil, and I want that pizza for free, even though this guy probably worked hard for it, but I don't freaking care.
So kind of you. Lots of people didn't think twice about putting dirty shoes on seats.
We're doing a story about
It's called a free country. This is not Russia. This is not China. So therefore, they can really do what they want, because it's called a free country. And even though their shoes may be dirty, it's a train in New York. What do you expect? If you don't like it, you don't have to be on the train.
rude commuters and some nasty things, and they do.
And I accept that because I don't give a shit about anybody else.
You don't?
Now, this guy, yes. Now, he is a legend. This guy is going to go down in history as a legend that talked down to this terrible reporter that's most likely a lady that gets drunk on red wine on Sundays. in the afternoon at 4 p.m. and cries herself to sleep?
Oh, no, not really. Why would I? Nobody else cares.
These women were a little more.
Exactly. He says, why would I put my foot down for somebody who probably doesn't even care about me? This guy is so great. As you can see, nobody cared about that guy being belittled by that reporter. So why would he like literally spill out his guts for somebody that probably doesn't even know him nor cares about him? That guy is a legend, okay?
Or apologetic.
You have your nasty shoes.
Oh my gosh. You have your nasty shoes on the floor. Okay, so she's basically a mom that's saying, Jimmy, you have your nasty shoes on the floor. You could go put them in a laundry basket. What's wrong with you, Jimmy? Okay, so they say you have your nasty shoes on there. She's just, I don't know why, but she's considering all these people she's randomly going up to and belittling and embarrassing in front of everybody. And she's literally not realizing that she's probably the most rudest person on that train, because she's going up to people, belittling them, let's see, showing their faces without permission, all kinds of crap. And next thing you know, the people are probably going to get attacked by feminazis, so it's all this lady's fault. I don't get it. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Inside Edition? I can't believe they have 55.3 million subscribers and 47k likes on this. They should have less subscribers and more dislikes on their videos. This is terrible. Please stop, Lisa Guerrero. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for 30 subscribers. It means a lot to me. And just always remember to take your anti-normal medicine.
Hi, I'm Paul.